Hey, what's up, Bulldogs? All right, so I got this question from a friend of mine that I wanted to answer. I didn't really want to I'm not doing the full camera setup today, so I just thought I'd do a quick video here. And this is about alcoholism. And really, it's about addiction. Really, it's about helping other people. I've talked about this a lot of times, probably on this channel, but this is a topic that is worth talking about several times because it is so prevalent, which is this idea that when you have someone you want to help, how do you help them? This question, I'm gonna just read it here. He says, "Hey John, I want to get your opinion on any actions you think I can take in this situation. My favorite cousin growing up, who is my same age, has turned into a severe alcoholic. It runs in his side of the family. How it was told to me is he started drinking in college like most Americans, but has never stopped since or left that mindset behind. But now he has lost all his friends and lost all of his jobs because the worse stuff gets the more the more he drinks. He has nothing going for himself and lost almost everything since he has now been arrested 3 times in the last month for public intoxication. I have been told I am one of the last people my cousin looks up to and still respects what I say. I feel as though I'm probably the only one left in my family to be able to get through to him. What actions do you think I should take?" This is a tough one. I don't really believe in alcoholism. Like, I understand that people have a genetic predisposition to drink, but I believe it's like, so here's the thing, okay, and this is what I'm gonna say. I know some of you are gonna go ape shit, okay, and I know alcoholics, okay, so there's no question here, but hear me out, just hear me out, all right, because I want you to think about this a little bit, because yes, sometimes these opinions are contrarian, but hey, sometimes we should have some contrarian opinions. If I were to believe in alcoholism, as it is medically stated, then I would have to believe that there are certain people that do not have free will. I would have to believe that I and you are products not of our mindset, not of our Bulldog mindset, not of what we decide to do in life, not of our will. I would have to say that I and my choices and what I do and my destiny in life is a series of unfortunate accidents. It is genetic fate combined with the circumstances of my life. Okay, and I am not the orchestrator, or I am not in control. I am a marionette. And to some degree, don't get me wrong, you're not in control of the circumstances that happen to you. You're not in control of your genetics. But what you are in control of, and what I do believe, and this is why I do not believe in alcoholism, although I do believe that there are people that struggle with alcohol, that struggle with addiction, that have genetic predispositions to be that, okay? What I do believe is that we have the choice in our life to take responsibility, that the choices we make are important. I believe that we have the choice, okay, to decide what we are going to do and what we are going to influence, even though fate may exist, even though the world and fortune and everything may throw curveballs in our direction and we have no control over that, and circumstances may arise and our DNA may say one thing. But I believe that how we respond and how we react and what we choose to do, the autonomy that we have within ourselves, is sovereign to us. It is ours. It is our will. And I believe that most of us are enslaved, that we are not free people. We are not free men. We are not free women. What we are is we are enslaved by the machine, the automation, that we don't control our actions. We respond to circumstances based on pre-wired programming that we have been conditioned to from early on in our lives, and that we don't think and we don't act. I know this is a bit of a diatribe here, but I want to say that first, okay? Because I think this is critical to understand, because if you're going to talk to someone who has an addiction that is beyond their control, you have to first give them back the power to say, it is not beyond your control. You, my friend, are weak. And I say this with respect. I say this with empathy, knowing that I am weak, that you are weak, that we are all weak, and we all need to be stronger. But when we see a defect in our lives, It is not because of our genetics. It is not because of someone else. It's not because of our circumstances. We do not adopt the victim mindset. We take the Bulldog mindset and we say, it is because I am weak. It is because I either lack knowledge. I read this in a book the other day. I thought this was great. It's either because we lack knowledge or we are weak. It is one of those choices. What can you do when you have someone like this, that you're maybe the only person that can get through them, and your family is pressuring you, saying, hey, you need to talk to your cousin because he'll only listen to you? Well, first of all, that is not your duty or responsibility. It is not your duty. It is every man's duty, every man, every woman's responsibility to care for themselves. They have to take responsibility for their lives and their own actions. You cannot ever, ever in life, ever be responsible for another human being, with the only exception being if you bring life into this world and being a parent. Other than that, you are not responsible for another human being's life, okay? And even that is very limited in scope, much more limited than many people think. We have to understand this, otherwise we cannot help anyone, because if we feel responsibility for them, then we're going to come about this in the wrong way, okay? And we will have the wrong attitude, and we will be bringing their burdens upon our shoulders, which we cannot even carry those burdens because it's not possible. It's not possible for us to do that. They must take the steps on their own. Which brings me to the second point. They must take the steps on their own. You cannot reach out to someone and make them want to change. A person who wants to change is seeking help. A person who wants to grow is seeking growth, okay? When you want something, when you're hungry, no one has to come to you, okay? No one has to come to you and say, you need to eat. You go and eat. You find food, okay? You are looking for food. When you're not hungry, if someone tries to feed you when you're not hungry, and they say, I'm doing it for your good, you need to eat, how do you respond? Do you like that? Do you respond positively? No. Nobody will. Okay? And this is the problem. You're trying to help people. You're trying to give food to people who aren't hungry. They're not hungry. They may look hungry. You know they need food, but they don't feel hungry. And until they feel hungry, there's no amount of cajoling. There's no amount of convincing. There's no amount of argumentation. There's nothing that you can tell this person that is going to make them hungry. It's not going to make them want food. I have plenty of people in my life that I would love to help. I could help them so good. I could give them such good food. I could make them nutritious. I could help them. I could help them lose weight. I could help them make money. I could help them get rid of anger problems and addiction and choose the right way to live their lives, to find happiness and fulfillment. Hopefully some of you guys are here because you're fucking hungry, right? Are you here because you're hungry? Good. Let's eat, right? You get what I'm saying? You're here watching these videos because you're hungry. That's why it's making an impact on you. That's why it's changing you. That's why it matters what I'm saying. But if I go to the street and I start preaching to homeless people, you think that's going to work? You think that's going to help? No, I'm going to get stabbed. Okay, so let's get back to this. So what can you do in this situation? The only thing you can do is you can go to this person and you can say, hey, brother, if you need any help, if you want someone to talk to, I'm here. Just give me a call. Here's my number. Call me anytime. Here's my email address. Send me an email. Let's get on Skype. Whatever you need, brother. You just give me a call. And he says, oh, yeah, actually, I'm short on the rent. And you say, no, sorry. I'm not going to help you with that. I won't do that. But what I will do is I will talk to you. I will hear you out. And if you would like some advice, if you'd like some help in that regard, give me a call. I'm here. I'll hear your story. I'll hear your misery. I'm here for you. I just want you to know I'm here for you. I think that's the only thing that you can really do as far as reaching out to them. Okay? Because you may reach out to this person. Okay? And that person may respond positively at a surface level. They might say, oh, yeah, let's, could you help me fix my life? Could you help me get off of the alcohol, get off the drugs? They already know what they need to do, okay? I mean, if you're an, quote, alcoholic, again, I don't care if you guys disagree and say, yes, there is alcoholics and it's beyond their, it's fine. You can believe that if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to dispute that with you. It doesn't matter because it doesn't change the advice, okay? But they know that there are AA meetings. They know, and AA is effective. It is effective, okay? They know places that they can go. They know there are rehab centers. You may need to help someone to get there, but they have to take the first step, okay? So let's talk about that first step again. It's reaching out. You can reach out to them and say, I'm there. Now, when they respond to you, if they call you up and they say, hey, brother, this is what's going on in my life, man. I'm losing my job. I'm drinking all the time. I got arrested, man. My girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. You listen and you empathize and you say, man, that sucks. And then you say, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And then hopefully they say, I don't know, man. What do you think I should do? Bam! Now you've got an opening. Now you've got a door. Now they're a little bit hungry. Now don't shove like fucking mashed potatoes and sweet potato pie and everything down their throat right away. Just start giving them some suggestions. Say, if I were in your situation, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. And you give them a little piece of advice. And then you say, hey, do you want to talk about this next week again, right? Or do you want to talk about this in a couple of days, right? And you give them little pieces of advice, okay? And you have them keep on coming back. And as long as they keep coming back and they're hungry, and then you keep on feeding them, right? Just like a bird, like a squirrel that you're giving a nut, that like you're putting some seeds, right? And they keep coming back until they get used to you, and then they get used to that food, and they know where that source is. You don't give it all to them. You don't throw your pearls to swine, right? You don't give it all to them because they won't digest it. Okay, they're still in the baby phase, and it's a waste, right? You want to make sure that what you plant is going to be fruitful before you plant more. Okay, this is common sense here, but so many of us, we want to help, all right? And I've been in this situation. I've fucked it up before. Okay, that's all you can do, aside from one other thing, which is this: is to set the example. Right? You got people like this in your life. You kick ass. You become the kind of person that you want them to become. And then sometimes people will come and they'll say, man, I want what you have. How are you kicking ass like this? How is it that you have so much money? How is it that you have so much ambition and drive? And how is it that you you're so damn good looking, John? How do you stay in such good shape and get your six-pack abs? And how do you do all these? You see what I'm saying? I'm being a little funny here, but you set this example where people want to come to you and they want to be you. They want to be like you, and that's an opening, right? Then they're asking, then they're hungry. You have to create that hunger. So it all boils down to this, right? As I'm synthesizing what I'm saying, I'm coming up with the more concise answer, which is what I alluded to before. You have to create hunger. There has to be hunger. Whether you create that hunger or they have that hunger, if there is no hunger, they will not take food. A person who is not hungry, a person who is not thirsty, a person who is hungry will not eat, a person who is not thirsty will not drink. And all of your efforts to make them eat or to make them drink are going to fail. And it's unfortunate because you want to help this person. You want to help them, okay? But they don't want the help. They think they want the help. They say they want the help, but are they actually hungry? Are they actually seeking it out like a person who is starving is looking for food? If they are, then give them. Then give them your advice, okay? But I will tell you one last thing here. Never give them money unless they have already taken steps forward and you feel like that money will get them out of a temporary bind so that they continue taking steps forward. And if they burn you and they don't, and always give it as a loan, because you need to have them striving to do something, and leave it to them. And if they burn you and they do not pay back that loan, if they're not making progress towards it, then sorry, they're not serious. I hope that helps you. And again, I have empathy for people that are in this situation for sure, and I would love to help them, but they have to come. They have to be hungry, and they have to help themselves. All right, that's it, Bulldogs. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. If you know someone who needs to see this video, show them this video, and leave a comment below if you know someone in your life like this. Okay, I want to see as many comments as possible so that we've got some support here, because we all know someone in our life like this that needs help, that won't take the help, leave it. Tell me your story if you've done this before and you have seen how bad it ends up being when you try to help someone out of kindness of your heart and they're not hungry. That's all I got for you guys today. Again, make sure you click that subscribe button. I will talk to you next time. Take care.